Hey guys, it's ExandShadow, and welcome back to Let's Play Paper Mario: The 1000-Year Door. Last part, well, Bob-omb said he was gonna die, so let's fulfill his last request. The glorious favor, dear boy, it awakens the mouth. So the sea was generous enough to deliver me this one last grace, eh? I have nothing left in this world now. Thank you for granting my last wish. Now I shall be reunited with my dear Scarlet. Farewell, Captain Mario. Ellipses. Huh, I can still talk to him. Interesting. I do like how the music just sort of dies out there, and it's just like do. So yeah, hit him with your hammer. Libbity bobbity. Pirates! Where are those pirates? Not quite with it yet, huh? What now? Oh, Mario, old boy, it's you. You have adventures in the afterlife as well? Hey, you're still alive, you nutcase. Yes, well, really? This isn't a tropical paradise for fallen sailors? Oh, right. Now I recall. Mario, old boy, we still have work to do. You'd better take me with you, I should say. I'm sure my sea legs and explosive personality shall be rather useful, huh? So, yeah, Bob-omb rejoins the party. I was going to sing the Dragon Quest You Got a New Party Member music, but I can't remember it. So anyway, Bob-omb functions pretty much exactly the same as Bombette from Paper Mario 1. Kind of odd that she was the third party member in that game and the last one in this game. Oh yeah, Bob-omb, last party member, so we're not going to get any more party members after this. Oh well. But anyway, with Bob-omb, his thing is on the field. You can use him, and if you press the X button, he'll walk forward and then he'll blow up. Oh, and I got a level up off screen too. So, yeah, that's awesome. Anyway, Bob-omb, when you can blow specific stuff up, so you'll find hidden passages, or sometimes you'll have to use them if you want to, go for the plot and puzzles and such. In battle, unlike Bombette, he'll explode for every single one of his attacks, so that's always good. He's a little bit more powerful than Bombette in general, but he's also a little less versatile in some ways. Like, for example, he doesn't get the ability to bomb all, actually, I don't exactly remember. Actually, he's pretty much exactly the same versatility as Bombette. I'm sorry. I lied. I guess overall his bomb attacks aren't as powerful as Bombette's, but you also don't have to pay FP for any of them except for the attack all enemies ones, which is nice. But however, you don't get the attack all enemies bomb powers until after you level them up with shine sprites. But, however, you can't do that right now because we can't get back to Rogueport. Anyway, that's using an in coupon. I figured I might as well show it once because, well, I had the in coupon on me, so, yeah. I was trying to open the door, but it just wasn't there. So anyway, let's talk to Flavio. Ah, it is Bob-omb. Welcome back to you. Do you know how worried we were? My stomach has been most upset. I worry about everyone here, but who worries for Flavio? No one. Do you know how hard it is for me to sit here in safety and worry so much? I do not know what is out there waiting to lurch and sack upon me. We do not even know how to get home by the sake of the bright blue sea. But no more yelling. Now is the time to pull together and work as a team. Flavio, old boy, I must say, you talk rather too much. Such insolence. Grr! I growl at you like an angry jungle beast. I ought to. So in any case, Mario, about that crystal star you spoke of earlier. There was a rather odd rock in the far east of the jungle with a skull carved into it. But that skull rock seems suspicious. Hey, Bob-omb, you want to know what really smells suspicious? Flavio's armpit. Oh, it smells like low tide. Wah-ha-ha. But seriously, you may be onto something with that skill rock. I'd say that's where the treasure's hidden. Well, anyone can figure that out, you mutinous joker. I mean, how obvious. I was already saying in my head that the treasure was certainly behind that rock, and as such, I will continue from the note something he's being a wuss and he's gonna stay at the camp. Flavio, you old cash grubber, if you want treasure, why don't you go get it yourself? Oh, well, yes, Admiral, you see, Well, yes, you have a point. Let's decide this fair and square, shall we? Listen to me, everyone. Who thinks I should go along to investigate the skull rock? Oh, heck yes! Take 'em, please! Have fun out there, jerk! Off with you! There you have it, Flavio. Fair and square. Hey, what? No. Not fair. Flavio hates you all. So, yeah, Flavio is now following us for a short time. He doesn't actually do anything, but however, if you write on Yoshi, this looks pretty funny. But, yeah, Flavio doesn't do anything. He's just sort of following you around. So anyway, thankfully this is pretty much the last of the backtracking. You do have to go through the same area twice, but thankfully that's not nearly as bad as Chapter 4, where you have to go through it 3 or 4 times. And the area is shorter, too, so the backtracking, just in general, much better than Chapter 4. And after this, backtracking within chapters is going to be pretty much over. There's not really a lot of backtracking in Chapter 6. Well, there's pretty much no backtracking in Chapter 6, now that I think about it. Chapter 7 has backtracking of a different sort, and Chapter 8 is pretty much just one straight shot to the final boss, so hooray for that, at least. I don't know why I forgot to cut this out, actually. Maybe it's just because I like looking at Flavio and Mario and Leon like that. I mean, poor Leon, his back must be breaking under that stress. Oh, I'm sorry, Leon, what's that? You're only like 5 days old? Sorry, you're gonna have back problems for the rest of your life. A dead end, taunting Flavio with its dead endness. But is this? I think this is the Skull Rock Bob-omb blabbed about. Well, it positively reeks of dead. Big words are hard to say. So anyway, we're going to talk to Flavio, see what he thinks. Oh, he's singing his song again. Skull Captain Cass's Grays, Boom Bassa Boom's Festival and something. Pretty much the song is the solution to the puzzle. It's, hold on, I forget what it is, but it's like 3 times red stash on his end, or 4 times something. But the first thing you need to do is examine that skull rock so that you can get the skull gem from Flavio. So, yeah, if you examine the rock, then Mario will ask Flavio. You can ask for the skull gem from Flavio. And if you get the skull gem, well, you'll see in just a second. But I suppose it is alright, because I am Flavio. He has such ludicrous wealth. I'm just lending it, though. Don't you dare run off with it. Don't make me dock pay. We're getting paid? Huh, interesting. So anyway, if you put the skull gem in, those statues will light up. So now you just listen to the song again. Stash Brothers best of friends, 3 times red stash on his end, and blue stash 4 times belly is whacked. So what you need to do is spin jump on the red stash 3 times, and then hit the blue stash 4 times. And there you go. This is actually a really great case of foreshadowing, because Flavio is singing this song all the way back from the very beginning of the game, so I really do like that attention to detail. So anyway, you throw Bobbery up in there. Oh yeah, Bobbery can also be thrown up onto higher ledges, unlike Bombette, who just sort of went in a straight line. So that's interesting. What? Ah, my skull gem! Mario, what were you thinking? That gem was part of the House of Flavio. Phew! Oh, what a happy day. I have my skull gem back. My jolliness has no end. Now then, I'm sure you'll all be disappointed, but Flavio must be heading back now. I cannot let those back at the camp worry about me further. You understand, yes? So, let me know when you find all that glittery treasure, alright? So, yeah, no more Flavio to babysit anymore. However, we do have a dungeon. Scoffing at danger, my brave explorers entered the cave. Will they actually find the Pirate King's treasure? I tremble with anticipation. So, this is a Pirate's Grotto. Our first actual, like, our first real dungeon in quite a while, actually. I mean, if you think about it, Chapter 2's Great Tree was kind of a dungeon, but it was also sort of a hub in and of itself. And Chapter 3... Oh, well, hold on. Ooh. Sorry. But Chapter 3 and Chapter 4... Well, Chapter 3 didn't have a dungeon, and Chapter 4's dungeon was a joke, so I don't count that. So this is really our first traditional dungeon since Chapter 1. So I really like that about Paper Mario 1, where they mix up the pacing quite a lot, and you don't just dungeon crawl throughout the entire game. Like, that's one thing about Paper Mario 1 that I'm not too fond of. It's just like every chapter has its own dungeon, and you know, that gets a little bit tiring after a while. Well, actually, Chapter 6 in Paper Mario 1 doesn't really have its own dungeon. But every other one does, so, yeah. But anyway, these are lava bubbles. They're pretty much exactly like, the embers we've seen before. However, their stats are marginally different. I actually found them easier because you can jump with the Ice Power Badge and take them out with one shot. Anyway, this is Bobbery. In order to do his bomb attack, you hold the A button, let go on the, when it lights all the way up, and then you do your damage. Bobbery uses explosion-type attacks, which do extra damage to these, to the fire-type enemies that you'll be seeing lying around. So Bobbery is a good partner to use for this part of the game. Well, this dungeon, I should say. Bobbery, just in general, is one of the best party members in the game. Oh yeah, if you walk up on the pointy part of that ship, there's a shine sprite hidden there. It's a little bit hard to get to just because it's a little bit hard to see there because there's foreground stuff blocking it and it's a very narrow passageway. But it's not too bad. But as I was saying, Bobbery is one of the best party members in the game. He's one of my favorites, tied with Vivian, just because one, he has a ton of HP when you level him up. So, that's one thing. And also, his attacks do so much damage that you can pretty much just destroy everything. So here I'm showing two different ways to get past this puzzle. One way is you could use Vivian to try to get past like we did when we were getting the Spike Shield badge. But a way you can cheese past this is by turning into your paper form and standing in the gaps between the spikes, which is actually a lot faster. I think that if you time it correctly, you can also have Yoshi run across that too without getting hit. So, I've only seen that be done once, though, by my brothers. I'm not sure you can actually do that. He might have just gotten ridiculously lucky, but, that is a possibility, at least. But anyway, here we also have another new type of enemy. These are bullet bills. Another enemy that we saw much earlier in Paper Mario 1. All the way in Chapter 1 we saw those guys for the first time. And now they're in Chapter 5. So that's interesting. I do like how they shift when the enemies show up in Paper Mario 2 as opposed to Paper Mario 1. Because, you know, whenever you play like a Dragon Quest game, you know, you can always expect the same enemies to be... You'll fight the same enemies in the early levels and then the same enemies in the later levels. So it's nice to have, you know, you're seeing the same enemies, but there's sort of their twists put upon them. But anyway, the thing about bullet bills is that they, you gotta kill them quick, because if you let them live, they'll do a lot of damage to you, so that's bad. And they come from these bullet bill blasters, sorry. The big thing about bullet bill blasters is that they've got a lot of defense. So, you're gonna want to use either defense-piercing moves or moves that just have a lot of, attack power. So, just in general, characters I would recommend, Miss Mouse is very helpful because of her defense-piercing attacks. Leon with his gulp ability is also very good because, again, that pierces defense. Either one of those is a good choice. But however, since I wanted to show that yes, indeed, Miss Mouse can pierce defense, I used my Thunder Rage item there because I'm not going to use that anywhere else. I mean, yeah, it's a Thunder Rage item. That's pretty much got outdated a few chapters ago. I never use items in this game, but I'm pretty sure I've said that. But yeah, here's Miss Mouse in a battle. When you're trying to attack with her, you just gotta flip the control stick back and forth. I like to put my palm on the control stick as I, instead of trying to use my thumb. I find that just gives me better results. But yeah, Miss Mouse sacrifices raw power to pierce defense, so that's where she's sort of good in a pinch. She's not the best party member to have out all the time, but she's useful where it counts. Well, she's definitely more useful than Koops or Flurry. Definitely more useful than Flurry. Everything's more useful than Flurry, and don't use Leon there. I don't know why I tried to use Leon there. You're supposed to jump there. Ted, why are you so stupid? You can use Leon here, however, or you can platform onto that barrel. Whatever you want. Anyway, another new enemy. This is another variety of the Bob-omb enemies that we saw first in the Glitz Pit. These are big Bob-ombs? Bulky Bob-ombs. Basically, their shtick is that, well, if they'll set off... They don't really attack you, but if they set off their fuse, then they'll explode. And if they explode, they'll make every other bulky Bob-omb in the area explode. And when they explode, it hurts you too. So if you run into one of these, like, if you run into, like, a group of 4 of them and you use Vivian or Bobbery, then all 4 of them will explode and do a ton of damage and it'll hurt a lot. So don't make these guys explode. That's just a generally bad idea. See, like, watch. The fuse is lit, so now when I kill them, they're going to explode. I'm using Miss Mouse because they do have a point of defense. I think 1 point of defense, actually. Oh yeah, if you want to do Miss Mouse's styles command, you just gotta do it as she's walking back, that's all. So yeah, I kill him here, and when the fuse is lit... Oh, actually, when the fuse is lit, they don't automatically die. If you use Vivian or Bobbery, or if you just let the fuse go on for too long, they'll explode, and that does a lot of damage. So they're another sort of kill them as quickly as you can type of enemy. Also, now we'll start seeing the Embers walking around just regularly, so they're not a necessary encounter anymore. They're random, just like pretty much everything else. Oh, and thank God the curse did something fucking useful for a change. How about that shit? So you might be wondering, how do I get this shine sprite here? Well, it's simple. You just switch to Coops, I think. Is that what you do? No. Oh, well, first I'm gonna show this new enemy, if I can get to it. There we go. So anyway, here we've got some Parabuzzies, I think is what they're called. Parabuzzy, yeah, they're pretty much just the flying, the Paracoopas of Buzzy Beetles. Literally the same exact thing. Oh yeah, another thing, Bobbery doesn't work really well on these guys unless if they're flipped over, so even though he's got sort of a higher base power than the other characters at this point, I wouldn't really recommend using them for these guys. Just do the general, you know, jump on them. So Goombella's a good choice. So is Leon. Leon's actually one of the best choices because his first attack will flip him over, and then all 4 of his other attacks will kill them. So Leon's one of the best choices for that, as well as his gulp ability, which pierces their obnoxiously high defense. So yeah, Leon's a good choice for these guys. However, he can't kill them in one hit yet, so that's sort of sad, but it doesn't really matter. So yeah, Goombella or Leon is your best choice for those guys. But anyway, yeah, in order to get the Shine Sprite, as I was saying before, I'm pretty sure you have to use, no wait, here's what you're supposed to, I'm not sure if this is how you're supposed to do it, but you can use, Coops. No, you're not supposed to use Coops. Oh, yeah, you are supposed to use Coops, because you hit that block there, and then you can hammer it, as such. There we go, and then you got a Shine Sprite. Da-da-da-da-da-da, this joke is getting really old. Wahoo! So yeah, you use Bobbery to get him up onto that cliff there, and then you hit the switch. It must be kind of painful for Bobbery exploding all that much. Oh, turn back! Ooh, go no further, or you will leave. Didn't you guys pull the same sort of thing in Paper Mario 1 with 210 Koopa? Just wondering. But we're seeing more of those boat things. Kind of remind me of the paper airplane things. Interesting. But anyway, here we got another puzzle room. This puzzle's actually pretty tame, so you don't really have to worry about it. There is actually a trouble center, that can take place in this room, if I remember correctly. I think it's about the Goomba who needs a date, so you gotta send out Goombella as your party member, and then you'll get like some sort of obscure item. But yeah, that's a trouble center trouble. But anyway, you gotta use Leon there to get the grotto key. However, this was actually something I discovered during recording, because I was wondering, I wonder what happens if you stand on that block. So, I sent out Goombella by accident. So, you know, this is just me being curious, but there is actually something up there. So, you gotta you gotta be a little bit tricky with this. You gotta use the thing again, and then you gotta float over to the barrel, wait for the timer to run out, and wait for it to come back. Though I don't understand how that would be possible. According to the laws of gravity, you know, the box should stay down there now. But anyway, yeah, Shine Sprite. We've got a ton of fucking Shine Sprites. I think we got too many at this point. You know, if we only need to level up one more person one more time, we've got a little bit extra. So, that's a thing. But yeah, with the grotto key, we can actually continue further in the dungeon, which is what we'll be doing next time on Let's Play Paper Mario: The 1,000-Year Door. I'm ExandShadow, and I'll see you guys later.